Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to cover Gardevoir. Gardevoir has a decent amount of cards, but Gardevoir, I should say, got really the least amount of bad card in the TCG history in my opinion, because I feel like every single Gardevoir card good in some way, unlike the others. Like, yeah, there are cards that's not that good per se in terms of other Gardevoir cards, but technically all of them have their uses. There's no garbage tier because I don't think any of the Gardevoir cards are garbage. Even the most recent one, people don't play it. They are actually not bad. Yeah, let's start checking them out. The first Gardevoir here has good ability. It's from Ruby and Sapphire. To once during your turn, you may search your deck for a psychic energy attached to one of your Pokemon, and you put 2 damage counter on that Pokemon. And the attack for one psychic energy does 10 times the amount of energy on Gardevoir. Not a bad attack. The problem with this card is just 100 HP on a stage 2. It just was too frail. I feel like this was more of a support card. In my opinion, it's a good card. Not meh by any mean. It's a really good card. Okay, really good card. Ability to search your deck for in energy and put it on your Pokemon. Energy acceleration is always great, okay? And it doesn't limit you to only one ability like this. So next is the Gardevoir EX, the first Gardevoir EX from Sandstorm, I think. The problem with it is it doesn't do too much, okay? The first attack here for 2 energy, 1 psychic and 1 colorless. You count the hand of your opponent, and this attack does 1 damage to your opponent active Pokemon for each card they have. It's okay. Okay, again, it's okay. There's no energy acceleration on the Pokemon itself, so it's okay. Don't forget this is an EX, so it gave up 2 prize cards. It got a Grass and Psychic weakness for some reason. It wasn't the greatest card, so I wouldn't say it's meh. It saw some play. I would put it at the end of good tier. The second attack here is for a Psychic and 3 colors. That's too expensive. To do 10 times the total amount of energy to all your Pokemon in play. So yeah, this card actually not bad. It wasn't the greatest at its time. The next Gardevoir here is a one from Emerald. The ability lets you heal 2 damage counter from one of your Pokemon. You can't stack it, unfortunately. I would say this is a meh card. It's not bad. The first attack does 30 for 2. The second attack does 60 for 4. Yeah, it's a meh card. It didn't see that much of a play, to be honest. The next are the 2 Delta species Gardevoir. First one is from Delta species, and that's the Psychic Steel one, and it has an ability called Energy Jump. It allows you to move energy from one of your Pokemon to another Pokemon. So it's again, it's a good ability to move energies. The attack weren't that good though. The first attack is Psychic Rage, and it does for a steel and a colorless. You can choose one of your opponent Pokemon. This attack does 10 damage for each damage counter on Gardevoir. Problem is the Gardevoir has only 800 HP, so that's the problem here. The second attack is Black Magic for a Psychic and 2 colorless. It does 10 plus 20 times the number of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if your opponent has a full bench, you do 100 damage. So that's really good. It's not a bad card. I feel like this is a good card, definitely. So the next is the Fire EX from EX Dragon Frontiers. It's a Delta species again. The ability here is actually pretty good. If the Gardevoir EX are your active Pokemon, you can basically shut your opponent abilities, basically like Garbotoxin Garbodor. Back at the time actually was really not bad. I would put it on top of good tier. This is a really good ability. The attack for 3 energy does 80 and movement energy, so you can safely keep the energy on the board. So yeah, I think this is a really good Gardevoir. The next Gardevoir here is Gardevoir from Power Keepers. This Gardevoir here is basically, it's a reprint of this card, so it's same different artwork. Next is a really important Gardevoir here, and it's the Gardevoir from Secret Wonders. This card, the ability here is Telepass. Once during your turn, you may search your opponent discard pile for a supporter and use its effect as this ability's effect, okay? You can't use more than 1 telepath per turn, and if Gardevoir is affected by special condition, you can't use this. What can I say? If this ability exists right now in the game, this would be broken. This thing worked even if not the act. This is huge. In my opinion, one of the greatest cards ever printed, and for a good reason. It won the World Championship 2008 Masters Division. This deck called Psylocke, which is the main attack here. The attack here does 60 for 3 energies. During your opponent's next turn, their abilities can't be active. This card was nuts. In my opinion, this card was super good, and it shows. It won the 2008 World Championship. What can I say? Next is Level X Gardevoir. So Level X Gardevoir is basically, what can I say about it? It's a card that will evolve on top of this. It's the same era of card. So you gain the new stuff, which is the new ability, new attack, and the extra HP, okay? And you get the old ability and attack. So what can I say? The ability here is basically a free switch on Gardevoir. You can think of it like Killdeal from EX from Black and White. It's basically a more crazy version of Killdeal EX. So even if it's in the active, you can switch it to the bench. Even if it's on the bench, you can switch it to the active and so on. So yeah, this is really insane. The attack here is for 2 Psychic Energy. Choose one Pokemon that has the lowest remaining HP on the field and knock it out. So what can I say? This deck was in the 2nd position in 2010 Masters Division. So what can I say? It's Gardevoir. Gardevoir got a really amazing card here. And if this Gardevoir printed right now with this effect, I feel like this Gardevoir is going to be really good. Maybe not top tier, but it's gonna be really good, okay? The next Gardevoir here is Gardevoir from Platinum. So Gardevoir from Platinum has an ability: as often as you like, you may move a Psychic Energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. You can't use this ability if Gardevoir is affected by special condition. So again, a really good ability here. So same as this one. So first attack to do 20 plus for 1 Psychic. 10 for each energy attached to Gardevoir and the defending Pokemon, basically Mewtwo EX from Next Destinies. So yeah, I think you can argue this card could be a great card, and I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't actually say no. It could be actually a great card because the attack is really good. The second attack here is for a Psychic and 2 colorless. It does 60, and Gardevoir has no weakness during your opponent's next turn. So yeah, it's actually not bad because you still play this on top of it, the same era of cards. So yeah, I would put it in great. It's actually, I think it's a really good card. Okay, the next card here is the Gardevoir from Next Destinies from Black and White. So Black and White didn't give us a special mechanic Gardevoir, which is weird. Usually they give Gardevoir a special mechanic in every generation. So yeah, okay, that was weird. From Next Destinies here, the ability is good, is to treat each Psychic Energy attached to your Pokemon as 2 Psychic instead of 1. The idea here was to play this with the Mewtwo EX, but it didn't happen because it's stage 2 at its time, and Basics basically got over the meta and they nerfed Rare Candy so hard at its time. So again, the ability is good, so I would actually put it in here. This one is from the Radiant Collection. I would say this is a meh card. The attacks are not that good. Like the first attack here is to do 40 for 2 energies. No, you will not use that. And the second attack for 2 Psychic, you move all damage counter from this Pokemon to the defender Pokemon, and you can't use this attack during next turn. So the second attack was not bad. Yeah, it's not the greatest card, so I would put it in meh. So next, the X and Y era cards here. We have 5 X and Y era cards. The first, Gardevoir EX from Primal Clash and the Mega from Primal Clash. So the first one has the Life Leap attack, and it does 20 and heal the same amount what you did to your opponent. So if this did more with something like Muscle Band, you do 40, you heal 40, it was okay. The second attack does 100, and during opponent next turn, Gardevoir has no weakness. It was an okay card. Of course, you needed this to play the Mega Gardevoir, and I will put this in great because this was one of the top decks at its time as well. It didn't go ahead and win, but it always been there and it was played a lot. Okay, I would not put it at God tier. I would put it in great tier. Okay, I would put this in great tier because let's just get to it. I think this is a God tier card. This saw ton of play. It didn't win, but this always was a top 16, top 32 decks. Always there, and some of them played 2 of these copies. Yeah, so but this is the Gardevoir that more people played, the one also from Steam Siege. So these posts are from Steam Siege. First of all, let's talk about the Gardevoir EX, the Mega one from Primal Clash. It has an attack Brilliant Arrow for a Fairy and 2 Psychic. This attack does 30 damage times the amount of fire energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Similar to something like Darkrai EX at its time. So yeah, but it's more amplified 30 times. So it's not bad. It's actually a really good card. For the Gardevoir EX from Steam Siege, this one had an attack Link Blast, which does 30 for 2 energies, 30. If your opponent had the same amount of energy on it as Gardevoir, it does 70 more. So 100 for 2 energy wasn't bad because you 2-hit KO most of the things in the format at this time. And the second attack is Vanilla Attack, 120, and you discard an energy. The main card here is Mega Gardevoir EX from the Steam Siege. I love this card. I love this card so much. It's beautiful. This shiny Gardevoir is amazing. First of all, it's dual type, so it's a fairy and a psychic. The attack here is Despair Ray to discard as many of your benched Pokemon, and this attack does 10 more for each Pokemon you discard in this way. And the base damage here is 100, so 100 plus 10 for each. This was really good. Yeah, this is one of my favorite decks actually to play at its time, and I loved it so much actually. So yeah, it's easily a god tier card. So the next Gardevoir here is the one from I think this is from Ancient Origin. Yeah, this is from Ancient Origin. This is a meh card. The ability is to heal damage again, but the attack is not that good. It's to do 50 to one of your opponent's Pokemon for 3 energies. So yeah, so the next card here is the Gardevoir GX from Burning Shadows. So Gardevoir GX from Burning Shadows, what can I say other than it's easily a god tier card? Okay, so Gardevoir GX won the 2017 World Championship. This card is just so good. This card is just so good. First of all, 230 HP. GX Pokemon gives up 2 prize cards. The ability first is to, once during your turn, you may attach an extra fairy energy from your hand to one of your Pokemons. Not just the Gardevoir, any Pokemon, okay? So you can easily manipulate it. The attack here is Infinite Force, which does 30 times amount of energy attached to both active Pokemon. So it's basically the Mewtwo EX again from Dex Destinies, but better. 30 times. This basically was so good. You play double colorless, you play special energies and stuff like that. You attach them so fast. You attach from your hand normal attachment, a double colorless, and you attach an extra fairy energy. So that's basically 3 energies. So that's 90 damage. We didn't even count what your opponent. The GX attack is to shuffle 10 cards from your discard pile into the deck. So also you can recover resources. So this was just a really good card. What can I say? That it won the 2017 World Championship, and it was well deserved, I guess. Yeah, there's no talk about it. So yeah. So the next Gardevoir was the one from Lost Thunder. This Gardevoir was okay. I would put it in great, at the end of great tier, like same as this. I love this card so much. The first attack is to search your deck for any 3 cards. That's really good. The second attack does 70, and if you play the supporter, you do 90 more. Like, this card is really good overall. So the next card here is the Gardevoir and Sylveon GX tag team, and all I can say is it's a god tier card. Again, this card actually saw a ton of play in 2019, just before Sword and Shield, because Sword and Shield came out and just said Steel get a ton of support to just stop. I feel like this card was so good that they have to buff the metal cards so hard, in my opinion. This card, if you don't know, the first attack is to search your deck for 2 fairy energies and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like, okay? The second attack is to do 150 and move any number of your energy from one Pokemon to another, so you can keep your Pokemon safe. And the GX attack was really good. For 3 energies you do 200, and if it has extra 3, so 6 fairy energies in total, you shuffle your opponent's hand into the deck and they don't get to draw. Like, what? Like, this was really good card. In my opinion, this is a really good card. It didn't win or anything. It didn't win a world championship or anything at the time, but it was really good. Like, it saw a lot of play. And the last thing here is the most recent ones are the V. The V is not bad, and the Vmax is not bad. Like, I feel like these cards are not bad. So the V here, the first attack does 30, the second attack does for 1 energy, the second attack does 120 plus 80 more if this Pokemon was healed. So 200 for 3 energies is not bad, definitely not bad. The only problem with this card currently is the metal weaknesses, because metal is the top type in the game right now. So this card is really good. I would argue it should be put it in a great tier, but the metal weakness, just the metal weakness, if you play for fun non-meta stuff, this is actually a really good card. So the Vmax here, for it has 320 HP, it does 180 damage, and you heal 50 for 3 energies is not bad. Again, it's not bad. So I put it also in a good tier. Overall, all the Gardevoir cards, as you see, they are really good. So only 3 meh card. Most of the Gardevoir cards are amazing. They keep giving Gardevoir a really good cards. I wasn't surprised to see Gardevoir like this. Like, most of the recent Gardevoir were good. So I thought if I go ahead and look back to Gardevoir cards, I thought most of them were gonna be good, and I was right. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like it, share it, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.